Today we're going to talk about how to automate your operations processes. Those are the processes that you use to make your product or perform your service. It can also be the processes that you use to provide your product or service to your customer. So you can have multiple operations processes and not necessarily just one. There will be another video after this one that will walk through about 10 different types of operations processes. So make sure that your YouTube notifications are set to all right? Let's get into how to automate your operations processes. In your business, you may have an order management process. This is where the orders come in for your product and you have a process in order to get those orders out to your customer. Now, some of the ways that you can automate your order management process is to auto generate sales orders or purchase orders in Zoho Books or Zoho Inventory, just the Zoho Finance application. And you can make that happen automatically when a deal is closed in the CRM. All right. That's one way that you can automate your order management. You could also trigger inventory checks and reorder alerts when your stock levels fall below a certain point if you have products that you sell and keep in inventory. Another way is to send order confirmation emails to your customers with the dynamic data, meaning their order number, their name, their address, their estimated delivery, the items that they've ordered. All right, so for those of you who have services that you offer, you can set up project and or task management processes. So for example, you can automatically create a new project in Zoho Projects when a new client has onboarded in Zoho CRM. Let's just say they started out as a lead, you've converted them to an account, contact, and deal, and now you've closed the deal. Well, that can be your trigger. When the deal is closed, create a project automatically in Zoho Projects. You can also use task templates based on the type of service or product sold, but not just task templates. You can do email templates. You can, based on the service that the person chose, when the deal is closed in the CRM, you can trigger a certain project template in Zoho Projects. So these are just some of the ways that you can automate your operations process. You can use blueprints too. Those are used to assign tasks and alerts to team members, or you can use it for that. You can use it for many things actually. But those blueprints, again, you can take your lead or your customer through a certain path or blueprint based on the service that they chose. You can send reminders and alerts when tasks are overdue or when projects are behind schedule. See, these are just some of the ways that you can automate your project and task management process. Let's talk about some ways to automate your inventory and fulfillment process. You can automate your stock adjustments when items are returned or damaged. That's one way. Another way you can trigger your shipping label creation when an order status changes to ready to ship. You can notify your warehouse staff and generate pick lists when new orders are received. There are many things that you can do in order to automate this process, and that's just to mention a few. Internal notifications and escalations can be automated. You can auto notify departments within your organization when a deal hits a certain stage in the CRM. You can escalate open issues or tickets if they haven't been resolved within your SLA timeframes. You can use Zoho Click or Slack. You can use non-Zoho apps in your processes to send notifications to alert your team about important events. Again, there are many more things that you can do within that process in order to automate and make things more efficient for your team. Your operations process can really benefit from recurring task automation as well. You can schedule automatic monthly reports to go to leadership using Zoho Analytics. Our team does this for our clients all of the time. You can set it on a schedule where it'll automatically go out at the, month end or at the beginning of the next month, or whatever it is that the scheduling is. You can send it out monthly, annually, quarterly. You can also generate recurring maintenance schedules or equipment checks in Zoho Desk or Zoho Creator. Those are just a couple ways that you can set up recurring tasks. Obviously, there are ways to set up recurring tasks for many things within your operations process. I would love to hear about all the ways that you guys have automated your operations processes. Drop it in the comments and share it. It could also be helpful to the next person. Okay, now let's talk about some of the tools that you can use for operations processes. And this is not just limited to Zoho. There are applications that you can integrate Zoho with and accomplish your automation. Now, some of my favorites are Zoho CRM workflows. All right. Those can trigger actions from CRM updates. When something is updated in the CRM, it can trigger a workflow, and workflows can do many things. So always check and see if whatever you're trying to accomplish can be done with a workflow. You also have Zoho Flow. This is an application that connects apps that are across platforms. So you can automate across different platforms. They can be Zoho applications, non-Zoho applications, a Zoho application with a non-Zoho application. You can go into Zoho Flow and see a list of third-party applications that can be used within Zoho Flow. Then you have Creator. Zoho Creator is where you can build custom apps. Those can be used for internal processes mostly. If you're looking to use it for external users, you'll have to look into that. I think Zoho has different pricing for that, but Zoho Creator can absolutely be used to automate your operations processes. Zoho Desk is another way, automating your support and your service operations, your customer service. That can be done in Desk. You have the ability to set up a link on your website that will allow your clients or customers to open tickets. And then those tickets will go straight to your customer service or your support team. They can log in, see any past tickets, any current tickets, when those tickets are closed. They can see all of that within that portal, but you'll have to set that up. That's an automation that is there for you to use. And of course, Zoho Projects. That's one of the most popular applications that we use for our clients who are service-based, because once the service has been purchased by the client, there's a process that the team needs to go through in order to provide that service. And Zoho Projects is really a good tool for that. You can auto-create your task and assign roles and track deadlines using Zoho Projects. Thanks for sticking with me through this video as we walk through the different ways you can automate your operations process. I hope this was helpful to you. Share it with someone if so. Again, this is not just Zoho specific. There are things that you can do in almost any system to automate your operations process. All right, guys, thank you for sticking with me. Until next time.